Welcome back to the podcast, and you're listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And of course, I have my co-host, Tasha, and we have a guest co-host tonight, James. And our guest for the night is Jasmine Thompson. Her business is called Jazzey Affairs. So we're coming in today to get some insight on her business and how she got started and stuff like that. But I don't want to go straight into the business part of it. I did want to touch base a little bit on what's going on with Bill Cosby. I kind of want to get everybody's input on how they feel about the whole Bill Cosby thing. Mm-hmm. Like, how y'all feel?
First, how you feel?
Well, we had the episode on the Me Too type thing, and me and Tosh had a lot to say about it at that time. Like, yo, Bill Cosby was my dad. He was your dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up with him. Like, I'm not, right is right, wrong is wrong. But I feel like, yo, all these years later, like, one of my homeboys put a post up on Facebook, on Instagram, with the picture of Bill Cosby. And his caption was, "Still nigga." Because at the end of the day, you still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have so many different public figures that are of different races that may have been accused of the same things. I also seen somebody post the lady that accused the dude of raping her. See, I don't have my phone. And he got killed, or this was years ago. Like, she old now. And I think they beat him or killed him. I forgot. And she came out and told the truth. She lied about it, and I think they killed him or whatever. That she, is it that I forgot the name of the dude, but he be on social media. They use him as a meme all the time. Anyway, they was like putting stuff up like, well, should she be going to jail for accusing him of rape or looking at her? I forgot what this was, wrongfully accusing him, and now years later, when she on her deathbed, she coming out talking about she lied. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, like I said, right is right, wrong is wrong. But what about the other people that's out here doing things? And you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the repercussion of their actions?
I don't want to give my opinion.
Go ahead. I just felt horrible to see. I mean, he did it, I guess, so they say. But I felt horrible.
Why did you feel horrible?
I don't know. I guess I don't know if it's a bias, but seeing him, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, how could they prove that he really raped or did whatever?
He actually came and said that.
He said he did.
Yeah.
Bill.
What if he just said it just to say it?
Right.
I don't know, but.
Because maybe they told him,
right? Just
if you
just go with it.
If you go with it, you'll give it. Right. That could be a possibility.
Right.
Because when somebody get raped, don't they use like their don't they test them to verify like who they testing 30 years later?
The thing is this is what my whole opinion about it. Mm-hmm. First of all, like, if you're going through something, like if you know that he drugged you, why wait this long? Because my whole thing is, it's not waiting long. It is basically, you could have said something back then, so it would have prevented all of these women from having to go through this issue.
But what about the women? I'm sorry, James. Go ahead. What about the women that kept going back? There were women that went back
opportunities, like
so,
looking for an opportunity to shine, to get, you know,
to next
level. Personally, I never seen an episode of The Cosby Show.
What?
I never seen an episode. I can't even tell you who's on the show.
James, you've never watched The Cosby Show.
I don't even know the characters on The Cosby Show.
No way.
I promise you, I never watched The Cosby Show. But my whole thing is that when you're Bill Cosby, why do you feel the need that you have to drug these women when they're actually coming for you like full speed? You can get sex whenever you want or whatever. Why take it to that level? That's
maybe he couldn't.
Maybe he didn't.
I don't know.
He didn't, yeah.
Maybe he didn't. Like, cause at the end of the day,
and so that was his way of getting it.
Look at Kodak Black. Y'all know who Kodak Black is?
Go ahead.
I'm saying, like, I'm saying though, real talk. Like, if you had picked him up out of the money he in now and put him as a regular dude, he wouldn't get no play. I mean, at least I don't think so.
What about the dude with the one eye? Like,
Fetish
he has a lot of big mamas.
He's
Fetish check though.
Like, and the thing is, Bill Cosby is worth so much money, and all these women that came,
he was gonna buy out NBC.
Yes.
And they came for him. That's it. Like, period.
And there was, okay, I have to pull something, because in the Michael Jackson song called They Don't Care About Us, he mentioned that the police or somebody don't want to see a black man rise or get, because you know Michael Jackson was like, he was really like rich and everything and buying stuff like that. So they will put these accusations on him when he said that it's false and it's not true. Mm-hmm. But I was like, okay, with Bill, like, is it literally true? Like,
what do you think, Tosh?
Look, I can't really speak on it because I was not there with Bill Cosby, and I was not there with those women. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened, so I don't really like to put. I don't want to put my justification on how I feel about it, because I may look at it from a point of view like he's Bill Cosby, the man. That's how I visualize him as still the character, or what with Mr. Huxtable. Right. So I'm like, what if he did do something to these women? Who am I to say? Sit here and be like, oh my God, he shouldn't be in jail. The only thing I feel bad is like, well, they put him in there for almost 10 years. I mean, what is he, like in his 80s now? But it's only like be 90. So I'm like, well, he lived the majority of his life. Probably not. I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna serve the whole 10. I mean, 3 to 10. I think they're probably being there for the 3.
Because with older people and when they're sick, they let them out of jail, like just as something they call like. Yeah, I honestly feel they're gonna. Yeah, I don't think you're right. And he can't help himself, so I think they're gonna give him leeway because he's old and he can't do nothing on his own.
I'm just saying, like I said, I agree, but dang, Bill, like I said, I am biased. Yeah.
I think I side with her where you're like, we don't know. None of us were there. We don't know what happened. And I mean, he was in a position of power. Mm-hmm. So even though he was in that position and he made all this money, that doesn't mean he was getting what he wanted, how he wanted. Right. So is there that possibility that he played the game to get what he wanted? Yes. Is there a possibility that these women kind of just went with the flow? Yes. Is there a possibility that he drugged them and made them do things that they didn't want to do? Yeah. Yes. Everything is a possibility, and I think that a lot of times when people are on that platform, that we put them on such a high pedestal that sometimes it's as if they can never do certain things. But we have to be mindful that they are regular people just like us. Even though they have more money in their account, they have all these businesses. They struggle with the same things. They still struggle with the same things that we struggle with on a day-to-day. I mean, look at all these people that are killing themselves. Exactly. And they have millions, billions in the bank. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's people out here
said last week, money do not bring happiness.
It doesn't bring happiness. So it's like...
You did say, what did it say, comfort?
Said money brings comfort, not happiness.
Yeah. So I think that's where my standpoint is not putting them on that, in that place where it's like, oh no. And I think even just like in regular day to day, like even with parents sometimes, they put their kid on such a high pedestal. It's like, oh my God, my son would never do that, or my kid would never do that. You don't know, because you guide your children in the way that you want them to go. Right. You give them, the tools that they need, but they don't always follow that direction. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that we just have to be mindful in the fact that these are regular people, and anything is possible.
I think what it is not the possibilities. I think what the issue is that so many other men have been accused and none of them being dragged. None of them that is in power are being dragged the way they did him.
I do agree with
that. I mean, that's my issue. if he did what he did, like I said, you know, Bill, you know, you got to serve your time, which you don't got no choice because you're serving it or about to. But what I feel like the issue is those many other men that came out and agree or whatever. What's the word? Agreed that they did it. Like,
why is it taking them so long?
Confess, right? They confess, but there's nothing going on with their situation.
Like, they're not being dragged to the dirt like
right.
And Charlamagne said it this morning on
that's my problem.
Too. He was saying, you know, there's like memes with Bill Cosby, there's this and this that.
But
and I can't remember the other person that he referenced that did the same thing.
Yeah,
and he's not being dragged through the dirt like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
That's my issue. Yeah. If he did it, he did it. You know what I'm saying? And if you and he got to serve his time, but why you gonna do him like that, but y'all not doing the other people that is a confession to what they did, or whatever the case may be, and that's where my issue is. But I mean, Bill,
no more pudding pops.
It's alright. Y'all seen the
you didn't know he used to be the pudding man.
James, you
the thing is, I don't know y'all ages. I'm 30. So I'm only
that's
30.
the Bill Cosby.
I'm older, James.
So, like, I don't know.
That's still the big Talene watched the Cosby shows.
That's because you brought her up on it. My parents did not do that.
Really?
No.
What did you come up on? Beverly Hills 90210?
She's so petty.
She is petty as hell. No. I came up on
Save the bell.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, that was true.
And
Save the bell.
I was a different child.
Yes.
I feel that I was a young white girl trapped in a black boy's body.
Oh my God.
I promise you.
Save the bell again.
Yes.
Saved by the Bell.
Every
What else?
episode.
Did you watch A Different World?
No.
No, that was too black. You just heard what he said.
Yeah.
No.
It's too black.
Oh, damn, Jason.
Oh wait, I did come up on the Wayans Brothers.
Okay. Did you watch what was that show that had
A Different World?
No, it was like
That's too black.
Jim Carrey. That's ridiculous. Jim Carrey and Jennifer Lopez was one of the dancers. What's the name of it? Live in Color.
Maybe black, a little black.
Maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
too. Did you just hear what he said?
I'm gonna be honest, and I just started watching Martin too. So
Really, James?
yes, I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
So he did watch Beverly Hills 90210.
No, I never seen that episode. Never seen that episode of Beverly Hills.
Really?
No.
Oh wow.
But I don't know. Look, everybody is different in life. People are different. Grow up different.
But the Cosby Show, son.
Never seen that episode.
That's I mean anything else, but the Cosby Show.
Don't even know.
I
Don't
can't.
even know names of characters.
Theo.
Don't even know.
He just said you don't know names.
You're making
Okay.
it so nice.
It is. Thank you, Talene. Be like, Mom, you be forgetting your chin and stuff like that. I'm trying to get with the program with this makeup stuff. Gosh, makeup be
Please don't y'all look at me right now. My head is shining.
No, it's not.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
Wow.
Some lipstick.
To close on Bill Cosby, we done with
She said
that.
much better.
Much better. Yeah, I think it's because the thing was the other way. So let's get into Jazzey Affairs. So let's talk about this. Like, I can't.
She's shy.
You shy?
She's not out here putting her on the spot.
Right.
So wait, hold up. This is her spot. We're coming.
This is an episode.
Right, this is your episode.
Okay, alright, I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? All right. So let me say that again. So tell us about Jazzey Affairs. How did it come about?
I mean, it's been like a couple of years, and I really enjoy like planning stuff and putting things together and seeing like the outcome. And like I was a little party for Junior. I think until he turned 4 was like his last like big party.
Her son.
My son. Oh, sorry. And then like over the years, like I've built like friends, and then they have kids, and so we were like together one weekend and just like talking about things that we do and things that we want to do aside from like our day-to-day 9 to 5. And I brought it up, and they were like, "You should do that. You should do that." And then I thought about it, and I kept thinking about it, and then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it."
Right.
So I mean, it is just starting. But I definitely want to grow from just like doing, baby showers and birthday parties and
Go ahead.
and things like that. So with getting with Tasha, I've kind of made a few additional connections. So I'm super excited about things that are coming there. So hopefully it'll grow to something that I can be like, peace out.
So how many I know, girl, that's the goal. Like
That's the goal.
The goal is to be like, I see y'all later.
Right. I can't. I was just talking to one of my coworkers today and just saying like, again, I will always say grateful. I'm grateful because without it,
Right.
But Lord Jesus, it's like now that I've gotten a taste of what it is to do my own thing outside of it, work, man, it's refreshing. But it has made me so much more like.
Yeah, fire.
Relax.
It's like you just want to do.
Well, the fire for my outside work is there. It's like I'm ready. But when it comes to work, my 9 to 5 is like it's like I can barely make it through. Like I'm fighting every day. Like
you don't have the passion.
Yeah. Listen,
not for here.
I'm fighting every day to like just say, Tasha, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta, because like. You're doing stuff, but it's not like out there.
Guys, you could tell them peace out, and you be like, "Wait a second, you said I owe what? How many bills?"
No, listen. The minute I say peace out, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in a place where I can definitely say peace out. I mean, you can't predict anything, but at least I know that financially I'm strong enough, and I'm like, okay, boom. I got these amount of clients, I'm doing this event, I got this going on, I can definitely just step away and maybe, even get married, you know what I'm saying, you got a husband, you got somebody on the side that can say, all right, boom, we can work together as a team. So, that's also, plays, that also plays a big part. So as of now, Jazz, like how many events have you done? Like what has it been? How has it been for you doing events at home?
It's been pretty good. I've had a couple moments, and so I'm learning how to adjust to, people who don't have, have one type of budget over here, this type of budget over here. But I'm also trying to network as well, so everything doesn't always have to be monetary, because if I can get my name out there, get the experience. Those are things that, I'm looking at. But the thing that I love the most, I get to have control.
Right.
So, and Tasha know, I'm just, over the top. But I like to, be in control, have ownership of certain things, and it's, mine. I put my stamp on this, and nobody can take that away from me.
Right.
The most recent thing I did was just, a small surprise bridal shower at my job. It was so nice, and she was super surprised. She was super surprised. I network. I have Sweet G Cakes. She bakes everything for me, literally. Shout out to her.
She did make my Hennessy cake.
Yes,
that joint was so dope.
She is so amazing. And her cakes don't just look good. They taste good.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my piece.
Oh,
yeah. Nobody got peas.
Right.
I did. Okay, y'all don't come for me. The cake, it was high.
I ordered 3 times.
Huh? It was high, but it was, and he a big man. The cake he a man.
You can't say that's a half a slice?
It was a slice there, but now that joint dry up. Come on, we're not talking about the cake.
Okay.
I can't.
But
okay, good. Okay, right? You see how we do?
Well, she was super duper amazing. So just shout out to her. If you're looking for somebody to bake anything for you, she will bring your vision to life and do it 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. Her customer service is top.
Absolutely. She delivered my cake.
Yeah, she is. She is life. and she recently agreed to kind of join and kind of be my independent, like direct. Everything goes through her. Yeah. So if you book with me, you have to book with her.
Yeah.
And then I also have my friend Nina. She's probably gonna kill me for I'm probably saying her name wrong. But she does like all the balloons and stuff for me. So she just agreed to join. So basically, if I'm doing something that requires that, she's gonna be the go-to.
Did she do the balloons for the baby shower that you did?
Yes.
Okay.
The last couple showers I did. She does like the arches, the columns, all that. And there's some things that she doesn't do. So we kind of talked about that. So I'm going to actually take a balloon class with her in the next upcoming months. So I'm definitely like really excited about that. I'm working on getting a contract done for my clients once they sign on and things like that. So I'm super excited. I have an event coming up with Tasha. That's going to be next year. I have another event coming up. And then I have a meeting with this guy. So things are like really looking up. So I'm just super excited for the things that are coming. You know, I'm always about being a boss, and so this is gonna put me in that position to do that. And it's gonna be mine. It's not gonna be, you know, this person, that person.
It's yours.
You know, this is me. So I have another baby shower actually coming up in the next couple of months. And then I'm doing Jada, my daughter, and Sky's birthday party. So I'm super excited to like build my portfolio. And it's not just events, you know, I will, you know, do hosting, management, day of coordinating. So, you know, the list goes on.
You also help with the walk. Help with the sickle cell walk as well.
Yes.
And she was so organized.
Thank you. So, and the book bag school supply drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what's up. So you just want to expand. So guys, if you live in the Central Florida area, and I know as you know people out here that's doing the event planning, but if you're looking for an event planner, you can find her Jazzey Affairs
and that's JAZZEY AFFAIRS. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, and my email is jazzyaffairs@gmail.com.
Nice.
Some people say they've seen your work. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, I'm looking at some of the comments and they say they've seen your work.
Oh, yes. So I do try to post as much as possible, so that, you know, things are there so people can go and like look and see, you know, what I can do. I think the one that I really got a lot of raves about was my safari themed baby shower. I put a lot of work into that. Like I spray painted all the animals individually, like by my, you know. I did have help, but those were like painted individually. And you know, I had a lot of friends come like the day of and help me because right now it is just me. So I'm like handling like thousands of things, you know, by myself. So hopefully I will get to a point where I can have a team and you know, have that additional support system with the staff.
And if you want to check out, because I did a video, so Miss Black Wall Street, if you go on YouTube, Miss Black Wall Street, the prep of that safari thing, so I did like a mini video, so I'm gonna repost it just so people could be able to see. And it was basically her, you know, her showing how she gets everything together, you know. So I got the room when it was empty, when everything was trying to, and then, you know, cake coming, this coming, chairs coming, you know, stuff like that. So I did like a mini video of the preparation and then the end result or whatever. So I'm going to repost that on my Facebook, but you can also go on YouTube, Miss Black Wall Street. That's my YouTube station, and that video is there where she's showing that was the safari theme, and that was very nice.
It's a lot of work, and that's
what I was going to say
to you. Like,
it is a lot of work.
Because I know I helped do a wedding one time, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You asked if I can come and help you.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, no.
Listen, let me tell you, it's a lot of work. And then it's like, you just want to make sure everything is, the time just flies by because you're so busy trying to worry if everything comes together. So what is like I know you're excited about doing obviously it's yours, so it's like that's the most exciting and rewarding thing. But what are the things that you just like, oh my God, that I can't, like this is just so much. You have those moments? Like what are because you said earlier, like the moments, you have your moments.
I had a moment. I did a birthday. I did a birthday party recently, and it was outside, and so this was actually my first outside event. So it was really a learning experience for me because a lot of everything I've done so far has always been inside.
Okay.
So it wasn't leveled. The backyard wasn't leveled. So my centerpieces weren't standing like they were supposed to. And it was a little windy, so they kept falling over. So I was like, oh! But I literally started crying because I was like, this is not coming together. This is not it. Why is this falling? It's not supposed to. Why is this happening? And then, overall, it ended up, being fine. It did get, it rained. So, because it was outside, and I had actually used the paper tablecloths because they looked a lot nicer and they weren't, expensive. So now, I did get a lot of feedback from that because it was family. So it wasn't they were still a client, but you still want it to be perfect, right, even though it's family. Like you still, you have expectations for yourself, right? So I felt like with that particular event, I didn't necessarily meet my expectations. So I kind of just checked it off, and now I know like what to do for future. And I got feedback. I got experience, right? And I got a lot of feedback as well. So I definitely took all of that. I'm definitely open to criticism. All of that because at the end of the day, it's a learning process. You know what I mean? And something else that I also do for my clients is that I always give a gift. So for this first birthday, I did I covered the cost for the cake, and that's usually what I'll do, or I'll throw in something additional. Like a banner or just something that I'm gifting to the client just to say, thank you for choosing me. So for every client I throw something in there, whether it be like I cover something, either something with the design or if there's like something that needs to be rented, and that's usually my gift to the client. So that's something that I typically try to do. That's nice.
Would you want something?
Oh, no, it was something that's going through my mind. When you first start off, like, soak as much as you can in with people, especially your independent contractors, so you can do everything on your own in your own business, and you don't have to do outside vendors and do the cut with them. And my sister does the same thing, and she did several events for free just to get the experience. But when she did get it all in, like she did the bakery, she did the all the decorations by hand and everything, which you're gonna start doing too. Yeah. And
so I do the decorations now by hand. So the only thing that I don't do is the baking, and the balloons. I want to learn how to do that, but because I'm by myself right now,
it's good. It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. But all the decorations, everything, that's all me.
Soak it in, soak everything in as much as possible.
And you just appreciate it when you start doing your own thing. Like it's like I'm telling you, when people used to be like, "Oh, you lazy," because I never used to want to do anything. Like, and if I do, it's like nothing serious. Like I would see people hustling like their own business and doing their own thing, and like they're just like I always used to tell my best friend Allison, like. She used to go in, you know what I'm saying, and no sleep, like the night of the event or weekend of the event, no sleep, and I just be looking like, how you know what I'm saying, like I never thought, but then when I started doing my own thing, then I realized, when there's a passion, you go,
and then it's yours,
you have a brand to protect.
You have do
yes. You have to protect your brand. And nobody's gonna be trying to book you if your stuff is not together. Right? It's not together. Then next.
But absolutely, like I definitely realized what it was to like have a passion and be so serious about it that you're like, you guys love it. when you have a passion for something. Matash, how has your podcast been going? I've been listening in.
I'm still on it. You know me, I'm just starting out. So I'm just seeing. Actually, I'm thinking about now taking it to the live because I'm like, you know what? I want to kind of just get as much as the viewing out there, and that's the hardest part. Like, you want people to like really hear you out and things like that. So it's like, you know what? I'm trying to see how, you know, with social media it's such a big platform. Everybody, so you try to figure out, what do people really like? Do they like it? Do they absorb more when they're watching you? Do they absorb more if they're listening? How do they absorb more? You know, and everybody's always on the go. So it's kind of like I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the best time to kind of show these things, or you know, when are people available? Because you just don't want to throw things out there and then no one's, you know, either at work or whatever. When are people relaxing? When do they really want to hear stuff? So I'm kind of like, all right, I'm working around that to where, because I'm really just passionate about really letting people hear the word and spreading, like, you know, some sort of testimony that someone can relate to, an issue that I'm going through, or something that I can just help somebody with. So that's just more of my thing. It's more right now just a passion of mine, and just to see how it grows and where it goes. So
I think you should intern at a radio station, because when you talk and when I hear your podcast and how you speak, like, I can honestly imagine you in the like later nights on an R&B station. Like, I'm like, her voice, because you literally have that voice, like, it's 99 point something. And then you just talk like that.
How I sound.
I think you should intern and go to these stations and be like, hey, give me an opportunity to where I can be able to do whatever I can.
And I think that's how Charlamagne got started.
You need to do that because you have this soothing voice. Yeah, like, I didn't know, like, you know, my relationship. I'm like, oh, keep going. Like, and I'm like, sometimes like 6 minutes, I kind of want more.
You do?
I do want more.
Okay.
And
but I think that's a good start.
I was like,
because it's a teaser.
Right. Because the podcast I started out listening to, which was the Friend Zone, they were a little shorter. Like, they're not super short, but a little shorter. And as they started to grow, people were like, oh, I want y'all to be on longer. Right. So I think that is a good start. But
I do see you doing it in the middle of the night and just like talking to these, like, about relationships and all, like, and art, like, and you know R&B, you know back in the day R&B, and I see that for you. And so you need to try to go to intern and see what you can do about anything just to get your foot in the door.
So, I'm definitely going to try that. I will.
Yeah, I think you will.
In my opinion, for you. Okay. And with your business, because you're doing party planning, go to Michael's anytime they have like a 90% off sale, 50% off sale. Buy little trinkets and stuff like that. You never know when you're gonna need it for an event. And get bins and put all of your stuff in, because you just never know what you're gonna need. Because you don't want to spend money and have all these independent contractors coming in, which is good as a start, but you don't want to share your money when you get to that point. Right. That's how I am. Like, everything that I built, I did it by myself. And so when you get to that stage, just make sure you just get all the information and just go for it. You're doing great though, and I can't wait to talk to you.
Your cousin our meeting on Saturday.
Because Tasha's really talked to me. She was like, James, you gotta let go and let people help you. Yes, and I'm like, I don't know, Tosh. Because I'm really OCD about everything has to be in order and on.
But you do a good job.
And I can trust you, because your cousin taught me down the ledge. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hire her.
You better not disappoint me, which I know she's not. So I already know she's not, because I already know how she is.
OCD too. So,
right.
You know, you gotta make sure whoever's coming for James, you gotta be like,
she OCD. James is like, but the thing is that she's also aggressive, and I feel like when you are aggressive.
That's good though.
So I feel like where sometimes James want to not play the nice, but like damn, but I want to tell him not to move those over there, but you know what? Because if I say it, I'm gonna say it mean. But she not gonna be thinking about it.
And I was so glad.
Guys,
so glad.
Those they're not supposed to go that way. You need to flip it over. She's not gonna she's not gonna question it like, damn, should I tell them? That they should know? She's just gonna She's just gonna let them know. Right.
Because I'm in business. I need to make sure.
Right, and you have to. I think it's because that's something I'm working on. I am aggressive, so I am trying to work on my delivery, but I'm gonna say what I want to say. You know what I mean? And if you're working with me and something needs to be a certain way, I'm not gonna question whether it should be that way or not. You're gonna change it,
and that's
because it's mine.
That's good.
You know, but I'm gonna give it to you in a way where it's, you know, it's nice.
And people can appreciate
But,
that when
you
you're
know, I'm
doing
gonna,
party planning.
you know,
Right. You have to, when you're doing stuff like that, you have to have a backbone.
Have a backbone.
You have to, because you're dealing with so many different people, so many different, you know, like you said, financial budget, so many different. You have to be able to let people know, like, listen, your budget, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be the type of person that's gonna sugarcoat, like, well, they think we could get this and that. I'm gonna see what I could do, but you know, like deep down, you know, you have to have that person that's gonna lay it straight. Okay, what's your budget? We could do X, Y, and Z, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like,
and I'm still a softie too.
She is a softie.
So, you know, like, I do have like a hard exterior, but I'm still a softie. You know, I cry all the time. Tasha be like, why you always crying? And I just be, yes.
Cancer's cry all the time.
I just be like, for somebody who's so hardcore, like, why? Even with the event, when the one she recently did that, she had the meltdown. And she got that ugly cry. It don't even be like, you know how you just get like
She's
a little.
very passionate.
I be like, yes, very. And I'm just like, Jazz,
I do cry all the time, but I will get at you. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't let that fool you. Don't let that fool you. Okay, I will give you the business. But you know, as we, you know, I'm a softie at the same time. And you know,
you have to have both in the business.
Yeah.
You do, but you can't allow anybody to take over you or try to take advantage of you. Stay to your prices as much as you can. Because what the lady said in the video that you watched.
I don't know if we talk about the same one, but there was a lady that said that one of the things that she regret doing starting her business is when you first start out, you trying to get clientele, so you give them like a cheap price. Like if you were to charge $100 for a service, instead of charging $100, you charge $50 so that you can bring the clientele in. She said one thing you should never do is down price, lower your prices, charge what it is. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if you're going to Target, Walmart, Saks Fifth, it don't matter. Whatever that price is what that price is. You can't, you know, go to the register and be like, yo, can I get this for $50 though instead of the $100? You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing we need to stop doing with our own personal people. Like if James offer a service and I'm your friend, like James, all right, well I know you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just my friend. Can I get it? You know what I'm saying? We need to really support each other 100% where we we was on the first one, you know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, I was like, should I invite my last cast? But I was like, I support. No, the thing is, I was like, should I invite my last cast? I was like,
so when we can't come,
y'all can come at the same time.
So
you know,
regular people, we gotta
exactly. The reason why is because I was like, I went to Mattia event.
We paid.
I know y'all paid the wave, but
so this is exactly what I'm saying. She going hard.
I was like, I was charged full price.
Mattia, why you charge full price?
She's not charging me full price.
Because she doing what it do.
Exactly.
It ain't no discount. Look at Tasha, always trying to get a discount.
I'm just kidding.
I know, because I literally considered it all. I was like, I want to have both casts meet each other and come in.
See, but that was different. Mattia event was different.
I was like, I gotta make my money back. Make your money. Make your money. Make your money back. Make your money back. And I'm so grateful, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that you guys have pushed forth for me. And I'm like,
yes, thank you, Tasha. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're right. It started with James.
Thank you, James. So opening the door for her, and now she's opening the door for me. Because like we went to a meeting for her event.
I heard she was so professional. That's what made me go.
And her friend Elon was there.
Shout out to Elon.
And she knew nothing. She knew nothing about me. She knew nothing about my business. She didn't know anything. And I just started talking. And she was like, "Oh wait, I need her to be on my team for my event." And that's when I started telling her, "Oh, well, that's what I do." So, you know,
And
it's crazy how she didn't know anything, and I just got booked last Saturday.
Wow.
So,
I'm telling you, like, I just don't understand how many doors have been opening for me. I don't understand, like, it's
crazy. So everybody calling me, and so I can keep them doors opening for me. I hate that.
Right.
Wait, what did you hear about the meeting though? Let me hear what you heard about the meeting.
I heard that you were very professional. You had everything all lined up and passing out pamphlets to everybody and organized. I was like, okay, she's me in a way, and I love that. But no, Tasha taught me this season that to be so bold to the point where ask people for things and you never know what their answer may be. And she helped me like with filming for my the new documentary, like the houses that we filmed in, they did it all for free for me, and it was just asking, and they said yes in the first minute of the conversation, and she just told me taught me.
You don't ask, you don't know.
Exactly. Right. So this season I'm becoming more bold and like saying how I feel and
People will help, or people. So many people are out here trying to entrepreneur it. That is so many resources. So many, but if you don't ask, you're not like. I learned firsthand when my book bag drive. James went out there that morning. He set up, got the chair, waited for the tent or the chair people, everything. When I got to the event, I didn't have to worry. Everything was in order. But had I just wanted to do it on my own and say, like, I'm gonna do this all on my own, I'm not gonna ask for no help, I'd have been like stressed out.
You gotta delegate.
You have to delegate. You have to delegate. And that's another gem that I learned from my homegirl Allison. You have to delegate. You can't try to do everything on your own, because if you do, you're gonna. It's too much.
It's too much.
And that was like one of the best experiences where I learned, like, okay, yes, get a few people that you completely trust. That's the key. Why you smiling? No, you gotta get people you completely trust, and then once you trust them and you know that you can delegate certain things to them, you have to do that, because it's like a team effort. You cannot do it alone. Like, it's too much.
You drive yourself crazy. Come on, like your team, and this is what I learned in this season in this documentary. Trust your team, because if your team tell you that a person that isn't right for a particular project or something, like they're not right for what you're doing, let them go. And I have a problem with that. Like, I'm like, no, I just believe in the good of everybody. But no, trust your team and what they're saying. If you're hiring them, just trust them.
Right.
Well, I want to give another shout out too, because of my shirts. One of my friends, we've been friends for like over 12 years. Middle school, high school. She's in New York. So if you need shirt made, it's Family Art Creation. She's super professional. I think I ordered my shirts, and I paid full price. Thank you. Just put that out there. I paid for my shirts. I paid for shipping. But I think I ordered my shirts. It was like last minute that I reached out, because I didn't know until later on that she was doing that. And I think I ordered my shirts on Tuesday, and I have them in the mailbox on Friday.
Oh wow!
Yes, like she got them all the way.
What you mean, like from you ordered them, like the whole design and everything?
My logo was done.
Oh, your logo
so
was
I
done.
sent it. Once my logo was done, I gave her the information. I emailed her, and I had them in my mailbox.
How's her price?
She's very reasonable.
Okay, so
very reasonable. And literally I had my shirts in the mail on Friday. I told her I need it for Saturday, and they were in my mailbox.
Oh, wow.
See, networking. I'm gonna probably use her.
She took really, really good care of me.
That's good. I mean, and I want to shout out again, just one more time, Sweet G Cake.
Yes.
Thanks again, because like for her, just working with her outside of Jasmine, because I've met her before, but this time she did something directly for me, and she was very professional. It was like I just explained to her what I wanted,
and it was last minute.
And it
was outside of her guidelines for an order. Yeah, it was outside of her guidelines for an order. But she still went ahead and proceeded forward to make the cake for you.
I'm boiling on it. I'm boiling on it. But I mean,
it was. I
don't know. I don't know what the guidelines are.
It was. But anyway, go ahead.
She put you on the spot.
All right.
No,
Go ahead. Keep a shout out. My bad.
What? I'm trying to do a shout out and Jesus.
That was some extra customer service that she gave me.
She wanted to enlighten.
I ordered the cake, what, 2 weeks?
No, actually,
she
needs to order like a month in advance, and deposit is due 2 weeks before.
That does make sense.
Yeah,
and you're doing cakes and stuff, it does take that. You really do. Because remember,
because you require custom. She ordered that custom label for you to have his name on.
Like,
I saw that.
Yeah, I was doing right.
Yeah.
So she had to. It's her brand. She got
right. Hold up. First of all, I didn't know it was a guideline. I asked.
You didn't.
I didn't. Like, I can see if I knew. Okay, when you gotta order. Like, I had asked somebody else, and they said, "Oh, well, you gotta order your cakes in a month in advance." And I was like, "Oh, I knew that was the guideline, so I ain't moved further." So, on my defense, I didn't know that there was a guideline. So, can I go back to my shout out?
Yeah, but
Sweet G Cakes.
Yes.
Thank you again.
Thank you for doing her cake.
Thank you for doing my cake like that. And, right, and also you were professional. We put the order in a week. What?
It was like a week and a half.
Week and a half. 2 weeks. Like, you know,
she got the cake done in a week and a half.
You did the cake in a week. Shot out.
She did. She did that.
Literally.
And she ordered the label.
When I had my cake, and all I did was have a MAC lipstick. I had to order that almost 2 months in advance.
Really?
Yes, and the lady did a MAC lipstick for me. That was it, and I had to have it ordered like at least over a month in advance.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now I know the guidelines.
And that was a bad cake for a week and a half.
Yes, and she had to order the labels. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to do an extra shout out, because she did her thing. Like, she did her thing. Like, she delivered it.
Listen,
on time. Like,
and it's secure, because I was afraid it was gonna fall.
Wow. I didn't even. And you know what I appreciated too, because I wasn't gonna be there when she dropped off the cake. And she didn't even feel comfortable. Like, she didn't tell me, but she was telling Jasmine. I like the fact that she didn't feel comfortable. Like, dang, she's not gonna be there. Like, what if something happened to the cake and I can't even see? I didn't even tell her that my friend was gonna come pick up the cake and take it to the restaurant for me, because I didn't want her to feel extra like, dang, like insecure. Like, you're not there, and then somebody else gonna get the cake. What if something happened, and then and I don't see the cake until after something happened. So I appreciate that she was even concerned. Like, I would prefer for her, to see, but she was on time. We talked about what time the cake was gonna be dropped off, a week and a half. When I ordered the cake, and she was there at that time, literally. Cake delivered and everything, and she did an amazing job. The cake also tastes good. People were she's
Spanish.
Yeah, and people were saying like the cake looked fake. People were texting me privately. It was like a lot of rave about the cake. So thanks again.
I think she did my cake.
Wait,
I had a cake and it was a Coach bag with a receipt, and I think she did my cake.
Her name is Gabrielle.
I don't know. My Dash actually did reached out to the person, and it was here in Orlando. But I think she did my cake.
but a lot of people do cakes now.
And maybe it's on.
This was a long time ago though.
It was
like
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Okay, coming.
I'm 2 years, 9 days, and 30 seconds.
I'm just saying.
31 seconds now.
Right. Y'all get on my nerves. But
what were the downfalls to you starting your business? Like,
The downfall. Well, I'm still fresh and new. Y'all just put me on the spot.
yeah.
I think right now, I think I'm more worried. Like, you know how you were in the beginning, like about the views. You just want people to like view it. It's like you want people to see, like, do they love it? Do they not love it? So that's more of it. Right now, it's just like I said. It's so new. It's a passion, so I'm loving it either way.
Right.
And just making sure I keep up with it. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta make sure I do it today. Because I go more off of like how I'm feeling.
Right.
So that's why it's called, if you guys don't know, it's called Better with Friends. It's on SoundCloud. And it's just me just having a conversation, a quick conversation, like just like a kind of testimonial. Like, you have a moment, you just want to ask somebody something you want to share with your friends. So that's what it is, and I can be like, I found it the other day, like sometimes I'm driving in the car and I'm like, you know what, I want to record right now while I'm driving the car, because that's when the moment of truth hits me. I want to do it right now. And I'm like, but wait, I don't got the background music. But I'm like, that's okay. I'm going to do it right now. now, because if I don't do it now, it's not gonna be
the same.
It's not gonna be the same later on. It's not gonna have the same effect. So I think that's more of just more wanting to see the views and stuff. Like, you know, want people to view it.
But you have win though.
I like your vulnerability.
Yeah, I have the win. Yes, I still do have the win. So I'm kind of trying to. Win is like, I think win is gonna be more of my like the overall main
umbrella.
Yeah, right. It's just gonna be the victim, right? You know what I mean? And it's more like the Better with Friends is kind of like the, you know, the little the Elsa blog. Yeah. And then I also have my other blog, which a lot of people don't know. I've had that for like almost a year or 2 years, and that's online. And that's how my name started out on Instagram, Jaden and Jay's mom. And it's called Jaden and Jay's mom, but that was my actual blog, like about my life. And so I still have people that actually read that. Yeah, I do. It's on WordPress actually. And I used to do it. It was a diary, and I would just literally go in it and write out how I was feeling. And it's kind of spiritual too. It's like how I started my spiritual journey. And so I was doing that as well. But it's on WordPress. That's Jaden James. Actually, the link is in my bio. Right. So, but I need to keep up with that. I did just sign on to the other day, and I actually connected with another girl that's called the Naked Writer. And she does she's really cool. She does the same thing, like kind of just says whatever's on her mind, and she has a lot of feedback. So
I did want to say I love your vulnerability. Like the one episode that you like basically came on and was like, I'm going through something, you know, like you know, like I feel some type of way about something, and you just was like, I just like that. I like that it's not like a cookie cut, like, oh, my life is perfect and I'm out here doing it. Even when you were talking about like, oh, how women are with men, and you know how sometimes we just give too much and stuff like that. And you even said, I'm one of those persons. Like you didn't go on and make it seem like when y'all doing too much, y'all doing the most, y'all need to stop doing X, Y, and Z. And you included yourself like I am, you know, also I do this too. You know what I'm saying? So I like your vulnerability. I like that you're real and raw in that podcast. And I think that's also actually a struggle, because it's like sometimes you're like, okay, when is too much? When is like enough, like too much, or is it too much, or should I pull back a little bit? Because in actuality, everybody in the social media, where everybody are intrigued in everyone's life. You really want to know what's going on. Like you want to know what is really going on in Tasha's life. You know, and that's where people get interested.
Because people be fronting.
And social media is the biggest front ever.
It's a lie.
So it's like we really want to know behind closed doors what's going on. And so at the same time, I want like people to know, like, just because you see me this way doesn't mean that I don't have issues as well. At the same time, you don't want to go deep in it. Like today, you know, I had to slap somebody, but you just, you know, you want to kind of relate and let everybody know what's going on. But at the same time, it's also you're trying to keep your life private as well. So I think it's like
back off of that, because you know, I just did my testimony, and it just came out of the blue when I just basically. Like people have this idea of James got it all together. He's just this and that. Like that's not the truth. And I struggle, and Tosh know that, you know what I've been struggling over the past 5 months. And I poured myself out, and I never do that. And I cried in front of people, and I never do that.
Well, so technically, you was on live.
I was, and I'm like, it was a lot of people that tuned in. I was like, oh wow, like people are really intrigued by other people's lives.
Yeah, they are.
And the IMs and the text messages and the phone calls from IMs that I was getting just to say, James, you're doing a great, like I commend you for saying, and I'm like, wow, that's like you have to be vulnerable.
I think our vulnerability is the key. Like people, like there's so much fakeness going on in the world.
They want the real. They want to be relatable to you.
I'm here for y'all to tell y'all stories, so I can.
Look, they want to be relatable.
I think honestly, like these women, like right here, they told their stories and were so vulnerable. It's like now y'all don't give a damn. Who cares?
It's kind of like
don't care.
At this point, like I really put my life out there on all because of men. So after that experience, it was like, okay, Tasha, like you put everything out there, and so what do you hold back? Like what can you hold back? Nothing. Overall, all because of a man to me was like lights, camera, and action. And when I had that experience, it was like, yo, I cannot.
I don't think we really realized at the time when we did it, because it's like when I know it wasn't until it hit me until we actually got to this, you know, we did the the premiere.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. There's
You
gonna be
told me.
all these people,
Yeah.
and they're gonna hear my story because at that time it felt refreshing to get out in front of that camera and just talk about your story. And it's like, but then you did the premiere, you're like, wait a second, wait, wait, I'm watching me, and I wasn't hearing me, and then my mom, my uncle, you know, and I even me just talking about some of the things on like the little podcast that I'm doing, I put it on my Facebook as well.
Don't say that. What? The little podcast.
But not, so sorry, not the little podcast. My podcast.
And you know what? I apologize because I remember I was listening to an old episode when you first started off, and I was like, and my cousin got her little business, and when I was listening to it, I was like, you know, like little business. So I do want to apologize to you.
To Gary, when I sent you this, remember? I don't know if I was with Grandma, and I sent the snap. And I was like, I know you had your little event today at the barbershop, but we missed it. But next time we're gonna be there.
Yes.
I went back and I started saying,
don't say it. Don't limit yourself to right. No, not at all. So don't say that, girl. You had your
love you, Harry.
No. But my podcast, and I'm like, wait, and when I posted on my Facebook, I'm like, wait a second, my mom, my aunts, my cousins, and
fear,
you know, and then you're like, wait, everybody's hearing it, and then my mom is so good when I can hear my mother. She'll actually, like, she posted back on one of them the other day, and like, you know, and I'm like, oh my god, it kind of made me teary-eyed because I'm like, I forgot she's listening to this stuff too. So when I'm pouring my heart out, she hears this stuff. So I'm like, I'm hoping I'm not like making her feel any kind of way, or exposing her as well to family out there that, you know, because my mom's kept her pride to herself. She's never been the one to, you know, put anything out on blast or make anybody pity her. So it's like, I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? Oh my God, now the family's like, wait, that happened? You know what I mean? That was kind of the other things that you know, sometimes I think about it, but
it's even with in the beginning of the premiere. Like, I was sitting next to somebody. I think I was sitting next to Martina and
Tasha.
And I had the panic attack. Like, and I started, because it was the judgment of people judging me of putting these women out, and and you know, they're telling their story, being honest, and then they being criticized for it, and I put them out there. So it's like all the pressure came on, and you know, I had that panic attack right before it even started.
But I get love from that. I still get so much love, and I just want to give a shout out and thanks to everybody that sends me messages, and I have family members that tell me that, you know, one of my cousins, shout out to Gary, he was telling me how much of I'm a role model for him and an inspiration, and you don't even realize that. You feel like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything big, but then you have friends and family members that are inbox you and just say, like, I really appreciate what you're doing, and I mean, just shout out goes to you. And my cousin was like, he was at work and how everybody was talking about who their role model is, you know, and they were talking about celebrities, and he was like, well, my role model was my cousin Tasha, and that's like a celebrity for me, and he's like, you don't know how much that you've pushed me and changed me to be a better person. I'm thinking to myself, like, what did I do? You know, but
it's a
you don't know.
It's a small thing.
It's a small
thing. It could be a good morning that can just touch somebody, change everything for them.
So when I did the film for my brother, y'all look out for it. I'm so like,
it's her. She has this idea about her film, and she need to.
Okay, let me tell y'all what I think.
And I'm planning the premiere for that.
I was debating not to do the premiere because when I filmed it, I ended up having to buy a new camera there. So the mic that I had purchased for the original camera, it wasn't compatible. So a lot of the outside scenes is so windy. So you hear like the wind is like overbearing. And I'm like, dang, you can hear him, but you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just like, but I might do the premiere just to show, like, okay, this is my first film.
You want to do like a private one, or is it?
I might do. I mean, probably most people that come is gonna. I'm not gonna do anything huge like because of a man. No.
I told you there's a movie theater in my complex you can use and bring all her personal friends in and just.
I think I want something a little bigger than that, but y'all look out for it. I'm so like.
It's her. She has this idea about her film, and she need to.
I think that. Okay, let me tell y'all what I think.
And I'm planning the premiere for that.
I was debating not to do the premiere because when I filmed it, I
ended up having to buy a new camera there. So the mic that I had purchased for the original camera, it wasn't compatible. So a lot of the outside scenes, it is so windy. So you hear the wind is like overbearing. And I'm like, dang, you can hear him, but you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just like, but I might do the premiere just to show, like, okay, this is my first film.
You want to do like a private one, or is it?
I might do. I mean, probably most people that come is gonna. I'm not gonna do anything huge like all because of man. No.
I told you there's a movie theater in my complex she can use and bring all her personal
friends in. I think I want something a little bigger than that. But I'm still on the fence about it. But the thing is that doing it though, it opened my brother up. Like, he bought his own camera. I left and he bought a camera and he started filming things around him. He's just so intrigued. And I posted something recently and he was like, "No, Tasha, I thank God for you." That made me feel so special because it touched me, because it's like you open up my mind to something totally different, and I love it. So yeah, you never know how you can touch it.
You never know.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
what was?
Go ahead.
What was your challenges with? Now you have different platforms. What was your challenges?
I think my challenges are, to me, I'm beating myself up because I feel like I want to make money. I want to do these things and it's like, okay, boom, 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 here go the money. I think my challenge now, when I started, my challenge was, as Tasha said, like, okay, I'm doing a podcast, there's people listening, blah, 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 you want people to listening, you want everybody to like it, stuff like that. I think now since I took the break, I'm on this level of, I'm just going to try different things with the podcast and see how it grow, and that's where the lives started coming in. But now my challenge is, where does the money come in? I want to start, money is coming in, but not like that flow, like that constant flow where it's like, all right, boom. And that's the thing, I'm trying to kind of like find out what is that one thing that's going to make it be where it's like, okay, boom, I can start to live and make money and feel like, all right, I don't have to struggle, I don't have to, I can maybe step out on faith and leave my 9 to 5 and stuff like that.
I think that part will come. I think back to that book I was telling you I was reading, when something is destined for you to do, God handles that part. Mm-hmm. It's you have to keep in mind it's more about what's your main purpose and why you're doing it.
Yes. Right.
Once you have that part down pat, He will take care of everything else.
That's true.
You see the same way how everything has been lining up like for crazy. Like you start, it's like you're like a magnet. Things are just people are attaching to you. Here. You're literally starting everybody else off. Now maybe, and I always told you, like, the podcast doesn't really even have to be it. They could be stuff branching off from the podcast.
Right.
You can start just like Jazzey said she had. Now you connected her with somebody else to put somebody else in the team. You could be on somebody. It may not be the podcast. It may be somebody that says, you know what, Tasha, we're going to sign you to just come out and start speaking, maybe on our radio station or something like that. It could be anything from there. So
you never
know. Once you start out and you start walking on that pathway He gave you,
it's just the first step, and He's
going to take you all the way.
And literally, I swear, all because of a man was that first step.
It was.
Ever since that experience, I just been doing and I'm enjoying everything.
Right.
I think it happened for all of us because it was a learning experience for me where I was like, dang, like doing this film, I was like, okay, I see where I can cut corners. Like that's why I say start off, with like do what you can, but then take the experience of what you did and just see what you can do next and like save money.
Get the
I could have
knowledge
saved a lot of money, but I was like, you know what? I wanted everything so perfect, and this film it was so like I didn't care, but at the same time it's like.
This looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it, I'm like,
Wow. Yeah, he's gonna have.
I'm gonna have my own episode.
Look, I'm people asking me like, so when is James doing like the next All Because of? Because I'm like, he don't know what he started. Right. Like this isn't all because of a man, all because of cancer, all because of whatever, all because now sooner or later somebody's gonna reach out to you. Look, you know that guy that does it all because of all the stuff. Yeah. That's you, you know. And I'm like, this is just.
And trust me, like I feel like you're gonna lose a lot. You're gonna lose because all because of man, I lost a lot of money because I didn't get any return back. I didn't get, and the thing is, I did it as like a passion project, so I wasn't expecting like, oh, I'll get my premiere tickets, and everything, and DVD sales. It wasn't that much, but at the same time, I was like, I lost my courage, and I lost a lot, and then it took. Tosh was like, get your ass up and do what you need to do, and I saw that she was doing all of these things, and every week she would call me with a different business. I'm like, well, damn. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do what I need to do. And this project came in the money, like 401k, like credit cards, savings. I did whatever I needed to do to make this happen. And it was one day that I did my, God told me, he was like, everything that you sacrifice, I'm gonna give it to you back triple.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm not even worried about. None of that.
Don't worry. That go for you too. While you sitting there talking about they go for you too.
No, but you know what? I'm not really worried because I'm doing so much that I'm feeding out. I think what it is, I'm so depleted when it comes to my regular job, and I feel so bad because I've been there for so long and I have the potential to be great because I know everything, but I am so detached from it now because I just know what it is outside of it now. Like I know what I can do. Like I know that dang, if I didn't have this, I could be doing this and this at this time, but it's like I feel like I'm being held back in a sense. But then I already know that I'm not at that place to say, all right, boom, just step out on faith. I hear everybody talk about their step out on faith. I will eventually, but I feel like I need to be in a certain place. I have to be, and I'm not there yet.
And ask God for that certain place, because I told him, do not let me step out on faith unless you got me.
Right.
Like, I need to make sure they need to confirm that you got me.
Right. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I am not ready to step out on faith. Not with my regular job. I need that. Like I can't. But it's not more so feeding the money out. It's more so getting that money in. I want to be making, I want to see that, what you call it, residual income, where I'm just like, okay, boom, I get like a cash app, money's in, PayPal, money's in.
But in the business venture will allow that, where you're doing birthday parties and everything. Yeah. Like, I think that'll be, because people want to have that
memory. Yeah.
Like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that earlier.
So what I'm trying to do now, another idea is, if you're having like a birthday party, birthday dinner, birthday event, and you want like a small video, 1 to 2 minutes of that event, so you can always have it to look back. I did my first one. I'm actually editing it right now for my homegirl Shayna for her 35th birthday brunch, or 34th birthday brunch. And so I'm actually working on that now, so I'm going to be putting that out soon. And basically I want that to be a service that I offer, where you can come out, where I will come out and I will film, your experience, and then I will put together a little 2-minute video of that experience. Okay. So that's something I'm trying to get into right now. But
and your editing has got so good.
It's getting better.
So good.
Tash used to didn't want to hurt my feelings. She's like, oh, it's okay. Like if I edit the podcast, you be like, it was good.
But you need people like that.
Yeah, no, you do. But now when I put it in there, the only thing that I need to work on, that investment, I need a better camera.
I have been told by my friend Taylor, if you're listening to this, because he says he watches all of our stuff. I was like, Taylor, whatever, okay? But anyway, Taylor, because when people are in that field, and he was like, okay, so let me tell you, you guys need to be sitting positioned in a certain way. You need a better camera. He said, who is your cameraman? I said, well, we don't have one. He was like, I need to come over there and do your camera because that's how you get your views. He said, if I'm looking on YouTube, some of my views, some of the things that I want to that attracts me to it is the quality of the picture. Right. If I'm looking at it, looks like your grandmother taped it, I'm scrolling right past, right? So I was like, really? He said, I like to see the quality. But I'm like, then again, to me, necessarily that it isn't true, because I see people that do their own little videos, and they get a lot of views from it. It just, to me, it depends on
the person
and the interest they have. But yes, eventually we will get a camera.
I'm actually working on someone now. A friend of mine just reached out to me, and she's a beast at editing.
Okay.
She is a beast, and she we spoke recently, so I might be having her come on to start doing the video, you know, dealing with the camera and stuff like that. Because, you know, we're doing this, so it's not, I can't do this and do that. And I was telling her, like, I need a team. So right now, I'm working on building my own team.
And pay people to come on here to talk about theirs.
Oh, yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, too, because, you know, so many people want a platform, you know. So that's going to be the next thing, is that it's going to, you know, you want to come on and we just, you know, whatever, you know, we do business, you know what I'm saying, out here in these city streets. So, but, I mean, other than that, anybody else that, I mean.
Did you register your business?
No.
Did you get an EIN number? Start there first.
Yeah.
Sunbiz.org. Start your business now.
Yeah, you know, I'm coming with your video soon, girl. She's like, she's giving her video, but dang, there was something that I wanted to say. But guys, if you have your own business and you want a platform to kind of talk about what you do, what you offer, please hit me up via Facebook, the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom at gmail.com, you know, or on Instagram. Hit me up, and so that we can collaborate, because it's a team effort. You know, my goal is to bring to light other people's business, other people's passion. It's my passion to show the world, show our community what we have out here to offer.
Let's network.
Yes, let's network together, guys, and come up together. So if you have a business and you want to talk about it, you want to share it with the world, come on and hit me up so we can set up a date. We have a few interviews coming up that I'm super excited
You're
about.
booked to the end of October.
Yeah, literally booked. The podcast is booked to the end of October, so please, you know, just hit me up so we can set up these dates.
Do a closing.
Yes.
5 things that you need to start your business. First, pray to God because He wants to be your business partner. 2, register your business with Sunbiz.org. 3, get your EIN number for what is the thing called? Social Security. It's like your business Social Security number.
Your business Social Security.
4, get people that believes in you to still and uplift you while you're doing your business. 5, I would say you gotta mentally be good and be straight to endure everything, because a lot of stuff is gonna come to you at once and it's gonna be so hard. But at the same time, you're gonna get through it. Do not stop.
Absolutely, yes. So thanks, James, for being out here.
Anytime you need
Jason, happy anniversary,
Jason. And thanks, Josh, for being a guest on the show. I do appreciate you being a part of the show. And yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hello, you. Yeah, I'll be you too. Shout out to my sister Nikki. She is going to be opening up her salon. So waiting to do. And see how we inspire people. So my sister jumped in, got her salon. So you know, we need somebody to do that event for us and do that little 2-minute video. So,
I gotcha.
So yeah, she said she needs it.
I got my cards. I'll get back to you.
So all right.
networking.
Yes. Won't do it. Well, I'm hoping this video camera up there is still videoing, so I'm gonna close it off. So thanks guys for listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. Catch us next week. I will post up our next guest. So thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That camera being shut off.
It's shut off.